Hello! How you guys doing? Why is it? So every single time like I start stream, or I start up OBS rather, my camera just like randomizes its settings every time. So like the white balance is kind of off a little bit. I don't think I want to fix it. I think I'm just gonna leave it. But hi, how you guys doing? Epic Unknown in Orosis. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So last time I didn't actually get anything like drawn on the screen that I wanted to, so I'm gonna get that stuff on the screen this time. RNG for the win. Yeah, it's so annoying. It's so frustrating. Like, I don't like unplug this camera, you know. So this camera right here stays plugged in. I have a cap for it, but like, it's not like I'm, you know, using different USBs or Windows is like resetting it or whatever. No, every time it turns on, it's different settings. I can't stand it. It drives me completely insane. Yeah. And if I use, like, you know, the auto detect settings or whatever, I'll be far too washed out, or my green screen won't work or something like that. You'll notice every once in a while my my green screen will like start showing through or whatever. I think it was happening a little bit in the last 1 or 2 streams, but it's so frustrating and annoying. But Agent, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. So yeah, last time I did some struct stuff, or scope stuff. I don't know. We're gonna see if we can actually get some of the stuff on screen though. That's what we're gonna try to do. That's what we're gonna try to do. Yeah, so what I'm doing here is, yeah, laying stuff out a little bit differently so I can call it a little bit differently, or reference it a little bit differently. I'm not sure if I'll continue doing it this way, but kind of want to see if it'll work, you know, if it's worthwhile, I guess. Yeah, worthwhile. So I was working on some animation code the other day. I think I want to just do, or at least start with the scroll stuff today instead of the animation. And what I mean by scroll stuff. So if I come back over here, go over to there. So this map is going to be more than one full screen, right? It's gonna pan a little bit depending on where you are. And for the background, I just need to like update the scroll registers or whatever, right? But for the sprite animation things, I need to actually update those relative to the background. Click Team Fusion. What kind of trick? I have no idea what that is though. Click Team Fusion. So yeah, so I need to get some stuff drawn onto the screen and then update like some scroll stuff, right? Yeah. No. First step though is getting them on screen. So I'm not gonna really worry about the scroll right yet. I don't even have anything set for that, I don't think. Be more than the menu RAM, right? Alright, yeah, so these aren't gonna be used anymore. Okay, I have a scroll value for it. And this is actually gonna be like a generic kind of scroll thing, I think, isn't it? Cluo, how you doing? No, how can I catch up? Depends on how in depth you want to go. The gist of it is I'm making an S game. That's not the button I wanted to hit. It's a breakout game. That's the gist of it. I noticed one of those did not break. This, oh, because I had to fix that bug. If two bricks collide on the same exact frame, only one of them is destroyed. So now that'll go through it, won't it? Yep. It's destroyed in memory, but not from the screen. Break in game. Excuse me. Break in game. Thank you, Nitrixon. But how you doing? If you want to have a look at the code, though, it is all up on GitHub. Over there. But yeah, I need to fix that issue. I need to fix that. I'll get to that later. I'll get to that later. All right. So how are these things stored in? Yeah, no problem. So how do I want to handle these things? So essentially I want to loop through all of the animation objects, if you want to call them objects, right? Lucky number 7, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. I just started, so how you doing? What are you working on? Hello, hello. Ironside, how you doing? Welcome. Okay, I had a different... I had OBS focus there. I didn't mean to do that. But how you guys doing? There, that's what I wanted to happen. There we go. Right, so each animation quote-unquote object will be like a small group of sprites, 1 or 2 sprites. Look at number 7, how you doing? Working on Team Shoutout using AWS. Nice. Alka, how you doing? I need to, like, I don't know, start figuring out AWS. It's on my long list of things to do. long list of things to do. But yeah, so for everyone that just hopped in, I am writing a game on. I did it again. It's probably because I switched around how the items here. I'm making a breakout game for the NES. They're always listening. They're always getting. Yeah, right. It's an ever expanding list of things. I don't think I'll ever get to the end of it, but you know, I can dream. Can I? It happened again. It happened again. That brick doesn't actually exist. It's not supposed to be on screen, but it is. But yeah, so I'm making a breakout game, and what I'm working on today is the level select. And I'm taking some heavy inspiration from the Star Fox level select. Gotta garbage collect those lists every once in a while. Yeah, right. Wyatt Lol, how you doing? Bleach Element simply takes 10 times longer. But yeah, so we're working on the menu level, the level selection thing, and the level progression, all that. So if you've ever seen the Star Fox level progression map thing, you start on one side and you like choose where you want to go to eventually the boss at the end. So that's what I'm trying to work out here. The graphics for these are going to change, I'm sure, but they're placeholder stuff for now, and I do have some things to animate on top of those. So like this right here is a well, I don't have my layers correct. I don't feel like fixing it right now. So this one right here would be animating on top of this. These guys are animating on top of this guy here. And then these two are animating on top of this one and this one respectively. So I hope to get some of that done today. At least one of them like on screen, you know. That's something I would like. I would like a lot. It's just to get it on screen. Yeah. And so I'm still not sold on how to actually represent this stuff in memory. Like I know how I would do it in a higher level language, right? But that's all like, you know, object oriented and stuff, and I don't have objects in assembly. So I need to like, I don't know, figure out how to arrange all this. Do I want everything like together, or do I want to split out into different lists, which is actually probably what I'm Actually, what I'm probably going to do is split it out into a few lists, right? Yeah. Something like not in zero page, but over here. So instead of these static animation things right here, I might just like have a full list of sprites and their base offs, their base coordinates, right? So no what's it? Yeah, so not where they are on the screen, but where they are in relation to the background itself, right? Do you plan to change the level icon to a broken version after you've beaten it? Yeah, something like that, maybe? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It's certainly possible. To start, I'm just going to be doing a palette swap thing, just to start. But yeah, I do want them to look different after they have been cleared. Yeah. I'm just not exactly sure what yet. Yeah, so let's ls sprite x. How many of these do I want? Like how many max sprites will I have? Like I think 16, because that's how many levels that's how many levels I'm planning on having, like 16 levels. Yeah. ls sprite y dot res another 16. So these are the x coordinates, these are the y coordinates. I also need like flags, basically. ls sprite flags. Now these are also going to contain the name table, either the first or the second name table, which would be the 9th bit essentially of the x coordinate. So bit 7 is x 9th bit. Yeah. And I figure bits 0 and 1 are the palette for that sprite. I don't think I need much more. Well, I mean, there are other flags that I can use. That, you know what, I'm actually going to be using. Because, like, mirroring right there. In fact, for mirroring, I only need one of these guys right over here. Because that's the same thing, just mirrored horizontally, mirrored vertically, and then mirrored horizontally and vertically. I'll get to that. I'll get to it. Yeah, I forget what else though. There's the background precedence. But to attributes, these guys. Palette unimplemented. Okay, there's a bunch of unimplemented crap. Okay, so let's put the priority bits into bit 6. And bits 2 and 3 are... What was it? Oh, no. Bit 2 will be horizontal flip. And bit 3 will be flip vertically. There we go. So we're just not using a few bits in the middle there. Katem4, how you doing? Is a layer it's painted on? Prior? Oh, not really. Like, not quite, because there are some caveats to that. So it's the background priority, whether or not the sprite will be drawn on the background color. If that makes any sense. So hang on, let me open up the OSCHR program. Not that one, the .NET one. This one. PRG editor. That's not what I wanted. This one. And let's go ahead and open up our file. Breakout, and I'll select CHR, this guy right here. Right, so this blue color that you see, that's the background color. On the background, on the actual name table, it shows whatever color it is, right? For the sprites, that is rendered as transparent. If a sprite's background priority bit is set, it will only draw when it'll only draw over the background's background color. So the background's blue in this case. Yeah. But weird sprite priority things take precedence, or come into play. So you can have a sprite that's on top of another sprite, but this one has background priority, so it's drawn under the background. But this one doesn't have background priority, so it's drawn over the background, right? So you get some really weird clipping stuff going on. So it's not quite a different layer. Yeah, it's all like a per pixel basis. Fine. Some games change that on the fly to create tube-like backgrounds. Yes. Yeah, pretty much. I'm not gonna be changing on the fly though. I'm just gonna be. I don't think I am anyway. All right, and ls sprite tiles. This is just gonna be the tile IDs of a given sprite. Get tile IDs. Just tile IDs. All right. Relative to name table, not scroll. Not current scroll. So the idea is the animation stuff will update the relative x and y. It'll update the flags. It might update the tiles. But yeah, so it'll update the coordinates and everything in this area of memory, right? And then the scroll will, well, I suppose the scroll would read these values, right? And apply the scroll value, right? Figure out where on the screen it actually is, given that scroll value. And if that sprite is on screen, draw it. Right. In the proper place. Right? That's the idea. Yeah. That's the idea. Okay, so frame, animation, loop stuff. Oh, this is that JSR thing, isn't it? I just punches in. Alright, so let's start with just a straight jump and return to a routine here. ls sprite scroll. Alright, so this is going to take the sprite ID. in let's put it in A. I might switch that to something else because the first thing I'm doing is transferring A to X, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to read the sprite data from RAM. Manipulate the chords and write it to OAM if it is on the screen. Yeah. Okay. So we're loading up this guy. Loading up the first one, right? So we're loading up A. We wanna. So let's take the X, I guess, right? Sprite X or Sprites X? Sprite X. At X. That gets us the X coordinate of that. Yeah. Then we're going to set the carry and subtract carry the scroll value. Now, if it's 0, we're not subtracting anything, right? Menu scroll value at nothing. No. But if it rolls over to or past 0, right? If it goes below 0, we ain't drawing it anymore. Yeah. At that point, we're just going to abort. I think. Yeah. So let's get a menu drawn sprites. This is going to be a counter, right? There's 1. So this is how many sprites that I've drawn into or loaded into OEM. Drawn into OEM. And I'll be using this as like a sprite index or sprite. Yeah, sprite index, right? Alright, BVC. Yeah, if there's no overflow, which overflow should be set on an underflow as well. Should be set on underflow. Alright, this was subtracts memory of our using two sound. This one stores the result in the accumulator. Bar is defined as the carry, therefore resulting carry flag indicates the bar has not occurred. The carry flag is set if the result is greater than or equal to 0. The carry flag is reset when the result is less than 0. I could just use the carry flag too, I suppose. Indicating a borrow. The overflow flag is set when the result exceeds plus 127 or... Okay, so I don't want to use the overflow flag because that's for signed arithmetic. Yeah. So that's carry. Okay, so if carry is clear, we're going somewhere. Off the left side of the screen. Don't draw. All right. Otherwise, we are drawing it. So we need to store that. Take tempx because I need to do some math for the offset that I want and that I'm going to be writing this to. Got a call here. All right, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. So we're gonna load up the menu drawn sprites. At the end of everything, we're actually gonna increment increment that. And then we need to shift it twice to multiply it by 4. It's ASL A. Because there's 4 bytes for each sprite in the OAM. Put that into temp Z. Sprite offset in OAM. Yeah. Actually, let me just for A to Y, because I don't know if I need to store that anywhere. Yeah. So let's load up menu. No, ls sprites or sprite Y at X, because we haven't changed X yet. Store that into sprites at Y, because the Y is not going to change. It's not going to be scrolling vertically. I have a question about only on entry. What is the advantage of having a camera view of your keyboard? Well, thank you. So I can show you things, and I have an extra camera. That's why, essentially. So like you can read that, right? Well, I mean, if the lighting wasn't crap, but you can't read that because it's backwards. So that's like, I don't know, one reason. The real reason that I have it is because I have an extra camera. Yeah, and I don't know. I thought it'd be interesting. Yeah, there's no deeper meaning to it, really. All right, what's the second one? Is the second one tile or? No, second one is attributes. Okay, so now I need to figure out some attribute stuff. So let's load up. Let's load up. You know, let's actually let's have these side by side, so it's a little bit easier to read. All right, load up ls sprite flags at X. Oh, I need to check. I should probably have the carry bit set to the opposite of the x coordinates 9th bit, shouldn't I? When I do the subtraction here. I think, right? Yeah, I think so. Because then if it's if it's on the second name table and I'm scrolled over to it, it should roll under, right? But that rolled onto screen, not off screen. So it should still flip the bit though, shouldn't it? Or am I just wrong in that? Well, we'll find out. Let's set the carry depending on X's 9th bit. I think I do want to set the carry for that, but whatever. I'll get back to it. The first ones I'm going to be doing aren't going to be off screen anyway, because I don't have anything off screen yet. All right, so I'm going to be ignoring the priority and the flip stuff for now, I'm just gonna get the ID. So we're gonna AND that with 03, so I can get the palette ID out of that. And we're gonna store that into sprites, or we're gonna increment Y first. Store that into sprites at Y. Then it's going. No. I need to store the attributes first. I need to store this stuff first. Oh, Alright. No, I was right. I was right. I'm thinking of... Yeah. Palette is in lower 2 bits. So, and it with 3, store it into the flags byte of the sprite. Increment Y, this is going to be the tile now. Load X ls sprite tiles. Jojo, how you doing? Welcome. At X, store that into sprites at Y. Increment Y one more time. And now this is the X coordinate. I'm going to load up temp X and store that into sprites at Y. And that is the right... Yes, it is. Okay. I got your Zeppelin materials. Nice. How many potatoes you got? My shirt / cheesecloth is a pillowcase. You just... What? If you're buying it, why not just buy the right thing in the first place, Jojo? What's the matter with you? Why the cheesecloth for one didn't have? So, I don't know, like Amazon or Target or something like that. Come on. 3. Do me a favor and at least wash it before you use it. My God. Well, yeah, overnight shipping exists from Amazon. It's a thing. It's a thing you can get. Oh, I need to increment this number by like 5 before anything. Click carry, add carry, 5. Past sprite 0 and cursor sprites. Doesn't even, it says overnight it took 2. Oh no. That sucks. Sorry, Jojo. Alright. Let's see. Actually one up here, I think. Front sprites. Level selects. Sprite offset. There we go. So this is going to be like the start ID essentially to, or how many sprites to skip before we start writing them to OAM. So then that writes the X, and that should get something on screen. Well, not quite, because I haven't populated that information yet. All right, so let's get a like load sprites, yeah. Okay, so it's gonna be. I still don't really like how this is being set up because I still need to like define some stuff for animation, you know, and I don't want to have a lot of this information duplicated for sprites that are like relative to each other. So sprites are of the same sprite object, if you want to call it that. You know, the same animation object. I'm just gonna hard code this for now. Load up. Or let's data level sprites meta. Plus 0, that's an X. Store that into ls sprites sprite X plus 0. Load up plus 1. Store that into it, but that is gonna be 0. But this is gonna be Y. And this is going to be the tile ID. Oops. 2, not nope. 2. 2. What do you think about the graphical trick with water surface like so? There's an 8-pixel thick row of surface graphic and 8 invisible sprites as sprites on its Y position. Sprites below the Y position will take a submerged palette. I mean, that could work, so long as the surface graphic is on the name table. What do you mean, like a player sprite transitioning from above water to underwater? Where the case could be that, like, you have what's it? The character half in and half out of the water. So the upper half will be one graphic, the other half would be the underwater. So you'd want to. So if you have the water use the background color, right? And you got a bunch of sprites that have the background priority set. Those could be the submerged sprites for that, right? Yeah. Then, for the above water sprites, you would not have the background priority set. Yeah. And you would use some sprite overflow magic to chop off the sprites at the transition point. So the player sprites would be at least 8 sprites into OAM. All right, maybe 9 or 10 or something like that, right? And the sprites immediately preceding that would be their Y position would be on the water line, all the way over on the left-hand side. Well, I wouldn't really be changing a priority on the fly there. I'd be having, like, just 2 sets of sprites. One that's being hidden by a sprite overflow, or partially, to allow the second sprite, the underwater sprite, to shine through, if you will, to show through. Yeah. I think I know what you mean, though. It'd be something interesting to try. Alright, and this is the ID, or sprite tiles. Bucky here, Blue Planet Water was very convincing. My idea was okay. All right, I don't think I've actually seen an example of that. I remember playing that game. And the flags are just gonna stay 0, or yeah, flags are just gonna stay 0 for now. So we're just loading up one sprite essentially. There's my flags, or sprite flags. There we go. Icon loop, yada yada, icon done, JSR to ls load sprites. Okay. Then on each frame, instead of doing any of this for now, we're just gonna JSR load up 0 and A and JSR to ls sprite scroll. Excuse me. Yeah. You heading out, Agent? You have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. All right, now let's see if this puts something on the screen. It doesn't because it broke. No such scope, stack A. Anim stack A. Anim stack A. What do you mean no such scope? I was like 212. What? Huh? Alright, we're just gonna, do that. And I just noticed that I put, the scroll stuff right in the middle of these guys. Trailing garbage characters. Excuse me. Menu draw sprites not defined. Where? 240. Drawn, isn't it? Yeah, there's an N in there that I forgot. All right. Nothing. Let's go over to this one. Sprite scroll, drop a breakpoint there. And let's also have a look at this table. What is that? It's a 5.3? I can't even read that. All right, so there is a value there. 2 values there. Okay. I'm not writing sprites on mine. No, I am. Alright. Thank you for the file, I appreciate that. Alright, well let's see if it drops it into I think it should be dropping it over here somewhere. I don't know. Second-ish row. Alright, so A is 0. That's put in X. Load that up. Set the carry. Subtract the carry, which is subtract 0. Carry is not clear, so... What? Carry set. We need the carry set on that. Carry set. I didn't reassemble. Okay, there we go. A to X, load that up, set the carry, subtract 0. The carry is still set. So now we're storing that stuff. Store that temp X. Yeah, I wasn't using temp X there. Load that up, clear it, add 5. Shift it twice. We're at 14. That's our offset. Is that right? That's gonna be like over here. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Loading up the Y, storing it in the Y. Oh, sprites isn't or sprites plus 20. Wait a minute. Huh? Is sprites not does that not start at 200 there? Well, it does. Alright. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Alright, and here's writing the rest of the stuff. I mean, it's actually looking correct, actually. Oh, right. Oh. I was thinking decimal 14, not hexadecimal 14. That's why I was confused. Alright. Yeah, so 14 is correct there, because it's aligned correctly and all that. Yeah. Decimal 14. I'm going to draw sprites and RTS. Okay. I never reset that to 0. I need to reset that every frame to 0. That's good. That's good. Load 0, store that into menu drawn sprites. Then I don't think the index is correct on that. Really? C0. No, that shouldn't be C0. Did I not save something? I didn't actually do anything with it. Put it in the wrong place. Try that again. There we go. There's only one of them in there now. Right here. The tile's wrong. Because that ain't right. But it's drawn something. Tile matches is 0. And it has... And it has background priority, which is why it looked a little weird. Alright. So, who was the next asked that? Whoever asked about background priority, this is what it does. It's, you can kind of see it. You can kind of see it, but it's drawing, it's drawing the sprite underneath the some of the background. Yeah. So do I have that stuff like backwards? Is that why? Am I writing it backwards? Byte 2 is attributes. Byte 3 is... I am writing it backwards. What? Title index 33. Oh, right! Okay, that is correct. I mean, the palette's garbage, but I mean... Let's swap these, make this 31 and then 21 like that. I don't like that at all. 11 and... No. Let's just make them both white for now. Or like that. And let's scooch this around a little bit. Soding, how you doing? Welcome. So this is the Y, this is the X. Those both need to change. X needs to go down by like at least 3. Okay. So what's happening here is I'm reloading it every frame. Mattis, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Move that. Stop that. Go back over to LS Sprite something. Sprite scroll. What we're looking at? We are looking at. Oh, this stuff is just in RAM though. This is somewhere else in RAM. We can change that in RAM somewhere, wherever it is. So let's have that keep running. So that is over here. So let's go down to 5, 0. That. Say, there we go. That's better. This one's a Y, so let's add 2 to that. Make that 23. There we go. Okay. Bridgewater and EQ Explorer. How you doing? That's where I can talk today. I had to watch Maybelline lipstick commercial. Lipstick commercial? Lipstick commercial? That doesn't sound right. I'm not sure that this is I'm not sure you guys are their target audience. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so that's one of them. So let's fix the data for that. So that's 50 and 23. What is that in decimal? Because I have those written in decimal in the data. So hex of 50 is 80. Yeah, 80. Oops. 80. And then what was the other one? 20 something? 23. I can't even read that. 2, 3. Okay. Oh, that was supposed to be the Y. These are going wrong anyway, so. So the second one we're gonna have at 80, 8, and 23. I do need a better way to load this stuff in, but for now I'm just gonna do it this way. 3 or Load X to B1. Probably getting, probably targeting creative because of all the fiber arts people. Fiber arts? Fiber arts. But maybe. I'm not sure. Well, that's the tag, isn't it? What? Oh, I didn't even set the right tile for that, number one. But it's not even in the right spot. Why isn't it in the right spot? 50, 20, 50 and 17. What? Huh? Because 23, oops, and 23 in decimal is 17 in hex. What is 23 hex in decimal? 35. There we go. The tile ID is going to be 34. Knitting, crocheting, sewing. All right. There are, I mean, like, but the art category is a creative category. Okay, so I fixed that one. Where's the other one? There's supposed to be another one there. Oh, because I don't draw it. It's just as simple as that. I just straight up don't even bother drawing more than one sprite. Index A. Load up A. Index A. Increment index. Right, well, I'll do that down here. Well, you know what? Let's put that in Y. Increment it. Well, no, because I still have to frickin' load the stupid thing up. And save it and all that kind of crap. I mean, I guess I could... So Y... Index A. That takes more cycles though, doesn't it? Instead of just like... Increment that. Load index A. Certainly more instructions. Compare that to makers and crafting. What I'm suggesting is that they didn't second particularly well. Yeah. It would still have been a hit or miss given the gunpla? Various mail farm. Yeah. I don't know. You think with all like the data they collect, they'd be better at advertising. Okay, now they're all gone. They're all off screen. This one. How did it screw up this badly? How? There's one, but where's this one? That one ain't there anymore. I have no idea how the segmentation controls work. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You figure they have advertising data linked to your account, right? You would think anyway. Ah, who's this? Sean 50K. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Akamaffin, hello. Hello, hello. Now I forget, was today reverse engineering day or was today a tutorial day? Hello. I am working on figuring out why my code doesn't work. It's probably logic related. I'm probably just straight up doing things wrong. But how you doing? Welcome. Never mind. Thanks, Judge. I appreciate that. Appreciate your efforts. break scroll this one right here. Let's drop a breakpoint. Pack of potatoes, how you doing? Yeah, we're debugging right now. Hazemaker, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. How you been? A is 2. Why is A 2? A shouldn't be 2 here. A is always 2 here. Why is A always 2? A should be either 0 or 1. It should never be 2. Hmm? So when I write a loop, I need to put the thing that like I want to do more than once inside that loop instead of after it. This is not Commodore 64. This is the NES. Yeah, so the game I'm writing is a breakout game, or break-in technically. Yeah, I've been working on this for a little while. I have a bunch of the physics working, finally, for this. It happened again, though. I think it's like this brick. That brick doesn't actually exist. Watch. I missed. Oh, that one. I was off by 1. All right. So there's a little bug where it removes it from memory, but not from the screen. It's happened like 3 or 4 times in this stream, and it hasn't really happened very much before. So, I break 2 levels done. Yeah, so I want some like kind of level progression type thing going on. Instead of just like, oh, I want to play level 2, I want to play level 3 now, or just have a very linear like, okay, you're done with that one, let's go to the next one now. So if anyone's ever seen the Star Fox 64 level select, where it's got the like the map looking thing, and you can choose where you want to go. I'm basically doing that, but reworking things a little bit. Well, I'm you know, putting on the NES really. Yeah. No. New York, how you doing? Welcome. Random Ghost Brick are always in the same places. It's not actually random. I know why it's happening. So if the ball collides with 2 different bricks on the exact same frame, on a diagonal, so if the bricks are diagonal from each other, only one of them will get destroyed, because I am only removing 1 brick per frame from the screen. So that's really all that is. I need to allocate some memory to remove 2 bricks from the screen at a time. Yeah. Everything else works fine though with that, but it's just simply not removing it from the screen outright, because yeah. But today I'm working on my level select code. All right, I'll come back to that. So I have everything. Well, I have a few things rather on a quote-unquote map. I'm trying to get the framework around the map data and how it's displayed and all that kind of stuff working first. Once I do that, I, in theory, should be able to modify it and make it look prettier afterwards. Yeah. So it looks ugly now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. They're just hacking it. Well, yeah, and that's the theme of it too, right? Is you're some hacker hacking into the system for the man, or hacking the man, you know, hacking the evil corp or whatever. So, you know, each levels you're getting closer to breaking into the corporation servers or something like that, right? So the map is like, okay, which server am I gonna hack next, or which satellite am I gonna hack next, or something like that, you know? All right, so this right here is what needs to go into that. And this goes up there. There we go. Just hacking the system, man. Frozen Zerker, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. But yeah, so the aesthetic is like, or is going to be anyway, like the stereotypical 80s and 90s hacking movie. Okay. So we got that one back to where it was, where it's supposed to be. This one is just... It's still wrong. The data is just straight up wrong on that one. The tile's wrong. The location's wrong. Yeah. So it's the X, the Y, the ID, tile ID. I guess this will be... Oh, yeah, that's the X coordinate and the palette and stuff. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I actually watched that on my way to, I think. On my way to TwitchCon. Hacking the Gibson. That's just like your opinion, man. Good movie. I liked it. I liked it a lot. So I need to change that, but whatever. Or that description, but I'll get to it. So it's not loading the right 012 that X. Oh, because that's not how this works. No, why is it going to be 4? Not 6 or 2, but 4. This is going to be Y, that's going to be Y, that's going to be Y. And like that, okay. So I was loading with the wrong values, essentially. I know, I am going to have to fix that, but... See, there we go. Now I've got the right tile and position. That's better. Hey, Squared, how you doing? Which one let you sub? Oh, no. What? Paragon process this time? Sure, he's not guarded by bits. Maybe the sea is suspicious. Equio? Am I saying that right? How you doing? Welcome. Oh yeah, check your scripts. Jojo. Thank you, Jojo, for gifting A Squared a 2-1 sub for his 3rd month. Appreciate that. Twitch won't let me watch them. One thing that the depreciated APIs that my client is using. Oh goodness. Yeah, Twitch mobile is crap. I'll be honest. Is the card empty? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I have to a lot. I also have a JavaScript block thing. Thank you, Jojo, for gifting 2 more subs to German Chris and Jindango. Appreciate that. 128. It's a lot of gift subs. I do appreciate that a lot. I'm not even sure if those 2 guys are here right now. Alright, repeated small transactions may be treated as fraud. Yes, that is correct. But if none of the card processor's JavaScript is loading in the first place, yeah. Waiting for the long run. Goal is 652, remember? Okay. It's gonna be a while for that one, I think. I just blame Twitch, honestly, A Squared. Or your script blocker, yeah. Alright, so I want to actually change the palettes there so I can see it. So what palettes is that using? What colors? It's using the last 2 colors, I think. Yeah, it's using the last 2 colors of that. So let's get some palette stuff going on. Do I have palettes? LS sprite palettes. Just coffee that's about it. I appreciate that, by the way, Jojo. It's nice. Is your boss now? Has he paid your bills for the last year? Only he didn't. Yeah, the income I get from Twitch, like, barely covers, like, food bills for a month. If that. It comes nowhere near rent. Nowhere near. So. I was getting stats from another site's API, but was named Tracker. Alright, 0F. Let's make that one 34. 34 and then 3030, right? Or let's use 2020. And 20. Load X 0. Yeah, 0. Load A. We're gonna bit 2000 first. Load A 3C. No, what is it again? What's the pallet address again? I don't remember. Not excited about it. That's why I actually suggested the PayPal connection, so less is lost in the transaction with Twitch. Ubug Origin does not like anything containing the substring track. Really? I haven't had really much issue with that, I don't think. Pattern tables registers. Well, no, where's... .3F. 3F00. Alright, 3F. Store that into 2006. Thank you for the file. Appreciate that. And store X into 2006 because we've already got 0 in X. Then we've got our loop for loading up pallets. So we're going to load up ls sprite pallets at X. Store that into 2007. Increment X. Compare that to like 4. Might have it on most aggressive. That'll probably do it, yeah. Remember that 100 stuff is mirrored? That was a great bug, yeah. Some bad pointer for out of range, index storing into a mirror the screen state. Yeah, I remember that stuff. It doesn't end well for Rylan, yeah. Alright, so we're loading some pallets. I need to do that. I need to do that more properly later, but whatever. I'll let future me do that. Okay, it didn't work. I am not using Kick Assembler, no. I'm using, thank you for the host, by the way, I appreciate that. I'm using the CC65 toolchain. Kick Assembler, I believe, is geared more towards Commodore-specific stuff. The assembler I'm using is more generic. Yeah, so it's not really geared towards Commodore or the NES or anything like that. And it is a heck of a lot more flexible than what I was using. Yeah, average mirroring, because we obviously need like 50 pins for the actual the hard addresses. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta have all the pins. All the pins. Okay, why didn't this like work? I did like reload this, right? Okay. Oh, because that's the background palette, ain't it? Because that starts here. I actually want to be over here. 3F10. And I want to actually load up the number 3F, not whatever's at location 3F and 0 page. CC65 is generic C compiler. C, not it. Well, CA65 is the assembler I'm using. You know what I mean, Akamavan. You know what I mean. You're just being a jerk. Yeah, I do need to change that as well. No, I'm not going to be doing C coding. It's just not happening. Okay, there we go. That's better. So now I can actually see that stuff a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and add in the third sprite. So this plus 8 is what? 96? Am I doing my math right? Y is going to be the same. Adding one of that. Not adding one. Not subtracting one. And I should just get another one on screen there. I did, but it's... I didn't load it. Some way it's fun until you realize 6 factor only is 3. I still enjoy it. Ow. C is far too low level to emulate reasonably on 652. Yeah, because it has to like have its own stack pointer or its own stack outside of the hardware stack. Yeah, right. And there's some more overhead in zero page as well with that. Yeah. Just to allow the system to conform to how C is usually written, or is required to be written, or whatever. 300 is a pain. Yeah. Hey, how would you could manage with one register? That'd be interesting. Yeah, indexing would not really work very well. Plenty of registers on 68K. Yeah, I ain't using the 68K. I do want to try it, I think, at one point, but that's a ways off. All right, so where's the load routine that I've got? Load sprites. Okay, we're gonna actually properly start doing some of this crap. Load up Y 0, load up X 0. Loop. All right, so we're gonna load up the data level sprites meta plus 0. Oh no, just at Y. Store that into ls sprite x at x. Increment Y. And then store Y. Increment Y. Load it up. And then store that into tiles at X. 40,000 registers. I don't think there's that many registers for x86. Or sort of address indexed by stack. Indexed by stack? You really don't have a large stack. I mean, yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea. Just have 65,536 registers for 652, and no need for memory, right? Everything's a register. Pop from stack to index. Okay. x86 does have hidden registers and register renaming circuitry, but I'd rather have ARM style registers. Yeah, there's all kinds of weird things in different x86 implementations. Yeah. Things like entire hidden processors. Assuming we were making a terrible assembly language with one, I just... No, let's not. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there's some DEF CONs about finding the correct opcodes to communicate with those things. 81 ASX as high as I go. But yeah, people have found not just a parent processor, like an ARM processor, but an operating system, a different operating system running on that ARM processor on desktop hardware. Yeah, management engine stuff. Yeah, it's a nice idea, but the fact that it's hidden away and closed to hardware, or closed to anybody but the manufacturers of these chips, isn't a good thing. It's undocumented, and only the chip manufacturers know how to use it, and know what its full functionality really is. That doesn't and doesn't that stuff normally run at a much higher level than anything? What stuff? The management stuff? Not necessarily. No, because a lot of it, a lot of the onboard management things, especially for servers, have a direct line to the network, right? Let's make x86 processors run emulated on 6502. No. I mean, super low level, even if your computer is turned off, it can respond. Exactly. It has access to the network. I had a server a while back. I gave it to a friend because the thing was like 4 billion pounds. That had one of those management engine things in it. It was an older server, but it still had it, right? And even if the server was powered off, but plugged in, and had network connectivity, you could still remote into the thing and turn it on. Yeah, so that's like a enterprise management engine kind of thing, which, don't get me wrong, is nifty. It's really neat. But, like, the chip manufacturers are taking that technology and putting it into the CPUs, onto the dies, and hiding it, and not giving you access to it. 6 processes that you're aware of. Yeah, that you're aware of. It is nice for some cases, yes. I'm not bashing the technology. The technology is really nifty. However, not being able to have access to that or know what it's doing, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's something that I'm not very comfortable with. As far I know, how to code inject 2 of them. Really nice. ILO is different than I have no idea what those acronyms mean. Alright, then meta tiles, and then increment Y. HC900, how you doing? Is it? It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Let me double check. Hang on. No, it's not. Oh, yeah. Come on. Ah, who's this? HC900, how you doing? Thank you. Welcome. How you guys doing? How do I even check? So if you have... Oh, goodness. I think if, like, you can filter it out in your account, I think, and you're warned or asked or something like that whenever you join a stream, sometimes. Oh yeah, no worries. No. I'm doing NES assembly stuff. Teaching 6502 assembly. But welcome. How you guys doing? What are you guys working on or teaching, I suppose? Landon LJF. Hello. Hog. Assembly for... I mean... Yeah, if they're up for it. If they're up for it, sure, why not? On K&R book, I don't know what that is. I apologize. Everything I know is all self-taught. The way I learned assembly is I read a book from 1976. It was the manual for it. But yeah, so let me go over what I'm working on. What I'm working on tonight is a Nintendo. I didn't want to hit that screen. I want to hit this screen. Is a Nintendo game that's a breakout game. So a breakout game on the Nintendo. And I'm writing it all in 6502 assembly from scratch. And tonight we are working on what's it? The level progression map thing. Yeah. C programming language. Got it. A little higher level language than what I'm working with tonight, but yeah, the first edition published February 22nd, 1978 was the first widely available book on the C programming language. Yeah, version of C is termed as K&R C after the book's authors. Authors often distinguish this early version from the later version of C standardized as ANSI C. Okay. Yeah. And thank you, A-Squared. Appreciate that. Yeah. So tonight I am working on this screen right here, which if you've ever seen the Star Fox 64 map thing, Star Fox 64. No, 64. If I can type map. I just had to make sure I turned strict safe search on. I don't trust it. Yeah, I'm basically remaking this, but for my game instead. Am I changing it? No, that's not a palette change actually. That's a poor. I keep doing that. That's a poor man's frame buffer. So I'm not sure how much you know about the NES's hardware, the Nintendo's hardware. But there's two relevant parts here. There's the name table, which is a listing, essentially, of all the tile IDs that are to be drawn on the background, right? So if you... let me pause that so my UI doesn't choke on me. All right, so I'm going to do that. So you see the tile pop-up thing in the corner? I can't mouse over because it'll change where it is. So that shows you the address, that's the first tile number, and the ID of the tile, right? So this is what is being drawn from the background layer each frame. Now you'll notice that the wave stuff is actually drawn on the background. They're not sprites or anything like that. So to change them, to animate it, this here is the these are the pattern tables, or the sprite sheets, if you will. So I can choose which one of these, either the top one or the bottom one, that is used to draw the background. So for about, I think it's like 8 or so frames, I'm using one of them, and then the other 8 frames I'm using the other, the opposite pattern table. So what I'm doing, I'm going to step through this. Let me actually do that first. My screen's not tall enough. So I'm going to step through, and you can see, kind of, 8 tiles change per frame. It's going to go down to the bottom one, and it's going to go off screen there. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm updating a few tiles in the pattern table RAM, each frame. And then every 8 or so frames, I am switching which one is being used to draw the background. So let's just do that. You can see it animating here. So that's how I'm animating that background there. So it's not a palette change. It's a CHRM I'm using. And I thought it was gonna take like so long and be really hard to implement, but like I got it working in a single stream. What is all this? Oh, huh. So this is the cache of that. So it caches yeah, 8 tiles to write during the vertical blank. So that's this is the timings of the frame. So the yellow like stripes are updating the sprites. So that's actually getting the paddle and the ball and this counter thing up to the PPU, the video hardware. And all these red dots here, that's actually writing those 8 tiles, those 8 sprites to RAM. This is the hardcore way. Yeah, it's low level. I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. Because when things go wrong, oh boy, do they go wrong. This is not my emulator. This is the emulator I'm using. The emulator is called Messin. It is the second link there. Yeah, it is cross-platform. It's got a beautiful debugging. It has some beautiful debugging tools in it. So this is the main window for the debugger, where I can step through code and you know, have watches and change things and see the entire status of the processor. Git GUI. What do you see? This isn't the Git GUI. I don't even have that open. Oh, it's in the link. The links. Got it. Yeah. I mean, so I still have it, but I'm not using it as much. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Black Hamster, how you doing? But yeah, so the 6502 processor only has like 3 flags on it. Three registers. The A register, the accumulator, where all your math happens, and a bunch of other stuff. This is your quote-unquote general purpose one. And then an X and Y for indexing. You can't do any math on that, and yeah, they're a lot more limited. But yeah, then there's all the flags and yeah, carries if it's 0, if an interrupt is if it's currently in an interrupt state, negative and overflow flags, some IRQ stuff. And that's like all of the state of the CPU right there is that little block. The one down here, that's the PPU, or the picture processing unit, the video card, more or less, of the NAS. That's got a lot more crap going on. It's got its own memory and all kinds of stuff. And in fact, that's where all this data resides, is in the PPU's, the picture processing unit's memory, in that RAM. Yeah. And I don't have a way to directly copy. Well, I don't have a way to say to tell the PPU to directly copy a chunk of memory to an arbitrary chunk of its memory. So I have to do that stuff all manually, which is why this animation's the speed it is, and why I have to do a bunch of writes on there. Just use x86 assembly to manage guess. No. Why? Just saw how high def that is. Yeah, thank Vital for that one. Mad Genius, how you doing? Welcome. It's going all right, I think. I forgot where I left off in here though. Oh right, I tried to add another sprite, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's sitting right up there. Did I close out the window? It's sitting way over here. It's got the wrong ID on it. And it's got the wrong everything on it. It's just got zeros. Because of course it does. Did I reassemble this? I don't remember if I reassembled this. No reference to unnamed label. I don't like that, because that means I didn't finish something. Oh, because I didn't finish writing this. Tiles and... yeah, it's the flags next. So I'm just going to load up 0, store that into ls sprite tiles at x, increment y, and increment x, and compare x to this right here. Branch not equal minus. Okay. Yeah, so it just loaded one up. How did it? I don't know how it worked before. I don't know how it worked before. It shouldn't have worked before. Should have unloaded one of them before. Yeah. Large arbitrary data transfer and per scanline data transfer. Yeah, that don't exist. That don't exist on this one. The Super Nintendo has some of that stuff though, I think, right? He has not defeated evil corporations yet, Mad Genius. He's working on it. So you could just wave a thing back and forth, moving the background per scan line. Oh yeah, there's, well, you wouldn't be moving the background per scan line. You'd be just moving the scroll per scan line. For on the NES anyway. Probably on the Super Nintendo as well. All right, so I made that. Let's go over here. The coordinates are correct, but the tile isn't. Why? But why? Because I always load 0. I always load 0. Because I'm saving it into tiles when I should really be saving that into flags. So now it's correct. It's a super simple setup. You'll be able to transfer and it will do it on its own on the SNES. Yeah, I have actually read up on that a little bit. So you don't need to do any like weird timing things or set off IRQs at certain points or whatever. You just set a few registers at the start, or yeah, at the start of like NMI basically, and it takes care of it from there. Yeah, 6 bytes. Because back in 3rd grade, you talked smack about what? What are you talking about? All right, so I've got one of them on screen. Let's start changing the scroll, I guess, right? So, let's, yeah, first, let's actually scroll the screen itself, right? So, we're gonna load up, or, that needs to happen inside of NMI. Set scroll 0. All right, so we need to I need to change my macro for this, because my macro only takes constants. Say it's only constants. Let's macro set scroll far using a variable. There we go. Yeah. Well, we're not going to be using that. Load up. What is it? It's X first, right? Yeah, load up scroll value. Menu scroll value. Menu scroll value. Store that into 2007. You want an expression why is I see. This Christopher yes. Thank you, my genius. 8 bytes for the large arbitrary CPU address space to preview space transfers. Okay. Yeah, it's still all using constant. Well, I didn't actually change any of that because I'm like, wait a minute, I need to like have more variation there. But whatever. I'm not even gonna be using that right now. And then we're gonna load up 0 for the Y because we're not scrolling vertically at all. Let's throw that 2007. Not 1, 7, 7. So for now, we're just gonna manually change that because of reasons. Because I don't feel like writing code to do it the right way. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's wrong. It's subtle. It's subtle, but it's wrong. Yeah, the sprite's in the right spot because that's not affected at all by the scroll, by the PPU scroll values rather. Oh, God. What? Why? Why is it way over there? What is it even drawing here? What is this? It should be drawing that there. That was 5, not 7. Ship it. Cat Sparrow, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. I was waiting to the wrong register. Oh, look! It works now. It's amazing when, you know, you write to the right stuff. Oh, hey, look! It works now. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the NMI. And scroll value. Edit memory viewer. Not there. Alright, let's make that 1. Oh! Did you see that? It's moving with it! That is fantastic. That's amazing. Alright. So that means that, that at least part of my math for this sprite stuff is correct. At least part of it. So now we need to. Okay, I'm gonna code in. I'm gonna code in the what's it? Some input stuff. So I can just hit left and right, and to have it scroll left and right. That's what I'm gonna do. So before anything, I need to. JSR to the controller read stuff. Where is it? I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. Jumped in it. No, not clearing stuff. None of that crap. Read controllers. There it is. Read controllers. There we go. So then we're gonna load up something. Where's the button constants? I have no idea where the button constants are. They should be over here somewhere, but they're not. Because why would they? Why would they be in a reasonable place? I know you can't really see what I'm doing down here, but don't worry about it. Okay. Do I load these? Is that defined? It's defined somewhere. I have no idea where it's defined. But this is defined somewhere. I'm about to find it later. Alright, so button... Right. Store that nowhere. JSR to... I think. Yeah. Button pressed player 1. No, actually, I don't care if it was set this frame. If I'm holding it, I still want it to move. So if the right button is being held, we're going to increase the scroll. Yeah. And that with controller 1. Controller 1. Branch on equal over there, because if it's equal, nothing happened. Otherwise, we're going to increment menu scroll value. And we're going to do something similar for left, but we're going to decrement that. And I'm going to ignore rollover and crap for now. I'm not even sure I'm going to be using the full 2 name tables either. So, we'll come back to it. Come back to it. Okay. So, level select. Okay, so the wraparound is broken, but okay. Well, it did it once, kind of, or no? Hang on. It did! Wait a minute! I'm just not clearing it! So it is working. Okay, so what's happening is if it's off screen, I'm just not copying it, right? So when I get far enough, it doesn't copy it over, doesn't write it, but it doesn't clear out that last one, so everything shifts, right? So now instead of having 3 sprites that I'm keeping track of, or that I'm writing to the sprite memory, I'm only writing 2, but I'm not clearing the rest of it, so that third one still stays there, right? So that's why that's there. And then rinse and repeat for the other ones. Then when I'm off screen entirely, yeah. Okay. But this does work though. That's good. I mean, the wraparound crap is broken, but I'm not worried about that right now. So what I need to do then is I need to write the blanks as well. Yeah. So in the frame somewhere, compare that to 3. Okay, and then over here we're going to load X menu drawn sprites. At the very beginning, we're going to compare X to... I don't have it. To 3 right here. That needs to be something else. That needs to be a constant or something. We're comparing it to the number... the max number of sprites. Branch equal to over there. Otherwise, we are loading up zeros. Yeah. Transferring X to A, ASLing it, or no. Yeah, ASL A twice to get the offset. We're going to store... No. Transfer A to Y. Okay. Index to the offset. And this is just going to clear it out. No, STA sprites at Y. And then we're going to jump backwards. Yeah. I need to increment X. Don't I? Yeah. And we do the compare first there, because if we have all 3 sprites on there, we don't want to write a 4th. Because that's more than the maximum number of sprites we can have, right? So we want to check the condition first before anything else. Yeah. All right. Okay. Didn't work. Did I reload it? And did I? Okay, let me reload again, because for good measure. Yeah, let's go to level select. Okay. And now let's go ahead and break on the scroll routine. Not CR, it's LS sprite scroll sprites. Another one! Null Not Void, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Which one? This one? This one? Yes, this one. I think maybe. Wait a minute. No, I want the frame. But how you doing? Welcome, welcome. How was your stream? Friends, yes, that one, and then I want to go down to there. Yeah, I'll go down to there. More Hackermans. Yeah. All right. So comparing X to 3, X is not 3, X is 2. So we need to get rid of one of those guys, right? We need to get rid of a sprite. So I need to start writing at 21C. Oh, 02.1C. That's where I need to start writing. So we're loading up that into X. Branch on equal to, or comparing it rather. It ain't, so we're transferring that to A. Shifting it twice. We'll get 8. That ain't right. I need to... No. I need to add... It's drawing it in the wrong spot. I need to add the offset. I need to add that... the offset there. Transfer to A. Clear carry. Add carry. This. Not so eventful. I was looking. I was just getting base code project over Jam. Oh, nice. Not bad. What kind of project is it? All right. So now hopefully it'll be right into the right place this time. That'd be nice. All right. There we go. Okay, so it is a little weird with the right screen. In fact, I might not draw that edge. So there's a flag in the PPU to say, hey, don't draw the leftmost 8 pixels of either the background or the sprites or both, right? Which would hide that flashing, right? So if it goes off screen, the coordinate for the sprite is in the upper left hand corner. If that goes off screen, it just doesn't draw it, right? On the PPU, like you cannot have a negative value for a sprite because the width of the screen is 255. So if it went under 200, it just pop up on the other end, on the other side of the screen. That's all it would do, right? But this is working. This is good. I like this. This is very good. This is very good. Where am I setting that crap? So there's some NMI stuff that I need to set for that. NMI underscore level select mask on. All right. Where is that being set? Is it in the macro? It is. PB sprites. Alright, so we're just gonna not do those. Like that. So we comment it out. And then we're gonna come over here and rebuild it. Which will make this look a little weird. Because now that right-hand side of the screen is gone. So I probably won't do that for this. For the levels themselves. Because I do want the right-hand side to have a color, because the ball is going to be bouncing off of that. Yeah. But for the level select, that's a different story. See, so now we don't see the popping, right? Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. It's so pretty. And there is not a timing issue like there is with my last game with the fire, where it was like 1 pixel off when it was moving. So I've got that down right. So that's nice. I didn't do anything for the wrapping at all so far. I mean, I'm not going to be using that much space. I figure at most I'll be using like this much space, right? So I'll be scroll over this much at most. Yeah, because I don't think the map will take up like the whole 2 screens. I don't think. Maybe keep more level data to the side of the yeah, so I need to reorganize the screens a little bit. I'm not really worried about that right yet. I'm more worried about, or more concerned, or whatever, about actually getting stuff working first, getting some stuff on the screen first, and then I'll make it look pretty and space it out more and better and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah, because there's yeah, I'm not really happy with the spacing. I'm not entirely happy with the graphics themselves. I do need to figure out colors for it. I need to figure out yeah, some animation details. I need to figure out all kinds of stuff still. Yeah. All right. So for this background though, so this, I might actually make this background black, because you'll notice that like it's being chopped off over here, right? Or actually, you know what? Let's give it 2 black bars, one on either side. Make it even. For the bottom there. Where's this? Draw a line. That's not actually a line anymore. That's draw a box. Draw a column on the right side of the bottom. So we're going to load up 22.9F. And we are also going to be writing vertically for this. I don't have a macro for that one yet. Okay, so we're gonna that macro dot update PPU control args. But for this, I need some values. Where is my... Not that one. This one. Maybe we can more level day on this. Oh yeah, I read that. Sorry. You and registers. This one. Okay. So I'm gonna move this off to the side so I can still see it while I click on this. All right. PPU CTRL NMI is going to equal percent 10000 underscore then 4 zeros. Then we've got oops. Then we've got the master slave selection. Then we've got (16), or let's do 8 by 16. That's the sprite size. Then we've got BG patterns. What? Sprite pattern. That's what I did. Sprite pattern is going to be the next one. Like that. And then we've got vertical. Right there. And then it's the base name table address. Now I'm probably not going to be using this one as a value. I suppose I'll be using it as a mask sometimes, maybe. No. All right, so we want to dot update PPU control. We always want the NMI. PPU control NMI. Probably always want the NMI. PPU control BG pattern control SP pattern and PPU control vertical. Oh. You know, let's just make this PPU control. Value vertical. Just shorthand, I guess, right, for this stuff. Actually, I only need those two. NMI and the verticals. The other stuff is 0. Everything else is 0. Yes, you know, I don't need to do this one. Yeah. And then in the NMI. Or I'll put that up here, I guess. Update PPU control. Just the NMI. Wait. Okay, yeah, that does go there. And then after that, I want to remove the vertical from that. And in here, I want a loop. So we're going to be storing A into 2007, basically. And A is going to be... What is it here? It's FE. Let's use FD. Thank you for the file. Appreciate that. Oh, I need something in X. How many is that? Like 9? 10 rows? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 10 rows. Okay. Load 10 in X. Decrement X. Branch not equal. Like that. Yeah, so that should write 8 tiles. Or 10 tiles. In a line, in a column. Yeah, so let's go over to here first. I think I want to use a different palette for the back for that one, because I'm going to have a different. Well, no, that one can actually be FF. You know what? No, never mind. That one's gonna be. I was thinking of something. I was thinking of something else there. FF. Yeah. So the row right above this guy here. Was that gonna be 7 something? 7? I want to say 7C, but I don't know if that doesn't sound right. 60. It's straight up 60. I was just way off. Okay. 60. So I want to draw a line across the screen right above the box, right? Yeah. Store a 2007. This is going to be FD. Yeah. So that should be drawing a line right on this tile, on these tiles, and I'm going to actually extend that over the second name table as well. And I'm going to be using that as the sprite 0 collision. So let's make sure that at least gets half of it. Okay, good. And that does start lower. Good. That's good. Now this, you're not actually gonna be seeing this. You know, let's actually do that now. So if I go ahead and erase most of this down to like there. So I've got a single row of pixels there. And I actually only need to do that like for one tile there on this side. See, let's actually let's just draw that to this guy here, 227F. Uh, 7F. Draw a single one there. Load up. Two 2660. This is drawing more of a line on the second name table. Load X to 32, not 35, 32. Load a FE. Store that into 2007. No, 7. Decrement X. Branch not equal over there. Okay. So this will draw the rest of that on the second name table. In theory. Good. Why is it different color? Is it the wrong tile? Yes. Yes, it is. I did build, yeah, I wrote the wrong tile. It was supposed to be FD, not FE. FE is the background color thing for that. Yeah. I didn't save this though, which is why the graphic was wrong. There we go. So now it's just a single row of pixels. And if I open up this guy, it goes all the way across, as you can see. Beautiful. Yeah. So I'm going to be using a different palette for that. Yeah. From there all the way over, I think. So what attribute is this? Attribute address 23E7. All right. You know what? Let's. I'll come back to that. Because I want to do some sprite 0 stuff. Right. So I can scroll that at the bottom there. Lock on loop. Okay. Yeah. Load sprites. Let me draw sprites. Okay. Set up sprite 0. So we're gonna load up FD. Store that into I keep forgetting what these actually are. Not palettes. Sprites. 2. No. 1. Yeah. Sprites plus 1. We're loading up 248? No. 7? 247? I think. Storing that in the X coordinate. Load up. Something else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10? Not 10? Alright, so that's 20 rows minus, well, 1 row, I guess. So that's 19 rows. 19 times 8 is what? 152. 152. I think I actually need to add or subtract 1. That's like an off by 1, I'm sure. I forget which direction it is, though, so I'm going to see where it goes. Plus 0. And load up. So this is X, and then this one is Y. I'm going to load up 0 and store that into sprites plus 2, which is the attribute stuff. Add 1. Thank you. So that should be the sprite 0. And let's see if it puts it in the right spot. So I ain't gonna see it there because it's the same tile and everything like that. It didn't load it at all. It's just not there. What? What? Oh, actually, minus 1 because 0 is the first row. Alright, well, it's not writing it anyway, so, that's interesting. Let's exit that and then go to, frame level select up a little bit. Oh, if I actually read, like, the output, that's fantastic. It didn't assemble. It didn't assemble. I need to make that, I need to see if I can make that error message, like, bigger, so I don't miss it. Have, like, screaming at me, hey, stupid, you screwed up. You did it wrong. Fix it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, so it is off a little bit. It's off in the wrong direction. There we go. Yeah. Make it red. Why? Oh, the message. I need to figure out if I can. I'm not sure if I can, honestly. Color. That's just different. That's just a different make. That's all it is. It's just a different make. No, I want this like this error. That'd be nice. There's a simplified version of this make file. So a simplified version of the. Oh, okay. Never mind. What? What? What is even going on here? One character. Okay, well, where are these defined? I am so confused. I don't get where this is, where that's playing a part. Right there. Oh. It's redirecting the console output through a bash script. An embedded bash script, essentially. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. We're gonna come back to that maybe. I might see if I can come back to that off stream. Yeah. It was said probably, yeah. I might also see if I can patch CA65 and LD65 to color code their messages, or at least pass in or add an option, so it adds color code info to the print on the console. I'm gonna patch. Yeah. Well, that one said isn't that's actually a program, isn't it? Do I have that installed? Yeah. See, that's a program. So it's not a bash function. That's a straight up program. So where was I? Oh, right, actually doing the scroll thing. Which am I? Okay, so at the end of all this, instead of waiting for the NMI, I'm going to JSR to wait for sprite 0. That function I don't think exists yet. I lied. It exists just fine. Anyway, once we hit sprite 0, we're gonna load up 0 and store that twice into 2005. Because I want to scroll right to the beginning of the first name table. It redefines it using a bash function. Passes this up. We got it. Okay, so now... Alright, I need to tweak where it's happening. That's weird. It's happening like, a scan line, not a scan line late, it's just happening too late in the, on that row, is all it is. So I'm gonna... do that. And I'm gonna move the sprite 0 over a little bit by 7 pixels. Why didn't that do anything? It's doing the scroll a frame late. Not a frame, a scan line late. Is it because it's too... maybe I'm just too far over. So let's put that loop in there again, I guess. Maybe I might try that later. Drop that in Discord though, so I can see it later. If you would be so kind. All right, so we've got another. We've got the full line there again. Let's reload that. Go down to level select. Okay, so now I can move that sprite 0 in memory. Can move it. That's with this guy here. So we're going to go to E. That did absolutely nothing. Okay. About D. Aha! Okay. So now, I don't know if you can see it or not, We are starting to get a little bit of shakiness here. So C. That works. How far over can I get it though? C8. Nope. Okay, C4. Right there, C4. All right. Okay, shake the bite man. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. All right, but now it's oh boy, not quite. Okay, well, let's just make it C0. It shoved a little bit. Like that. There we go. Now this line, this line of pixels is going to be the same color as the background color. I just realized that like this is drawing way up here. I actually don't want that. You know what? I need to instead of just moving the coordinates, I need to write a different sprite ID. You know what? Plus 2, plus 3, no, it's 5 plus 3. Okay, so instead of just moving it up, it's going to blank out everything, move it all the way to the bottom, hide it, all that kind of stuff. Silly fanboy, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you for the that follow. Appreciate that. That's Korean, actually. That was Korean, not Japanese. Come back over here. What did I change? Oh, I remember what I changed. Yeah, I didn't change the position of the sprite 0. Good, the refs now. So they are now all off screen, and yeah, they're all hidden and with no tile. But that was all right. Can't complain too much. Wigglier, for lack of a better description. No. Commander Magic the Gathering. Commander Magic. I don't know what. I know what magic. I know what magic is, but Commander Magic the Gathering. I don't know what that is. What did I say this sprite 0 was? Like C0? Is that where I put it? Oh, I don't remember what that is. And why is it not? I don't care. Oh, because that's O. That's why. That's why I wasn't highlighting correctly. There we go. Beautiful. It's a foam RT in Magic. I don't know what that means either. Minor format. 100 cards, all creature and stuff can't have duplicates. Okay. Yeah. Format. Got it. So I know of Magic, but I haven't actually played it. I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. All right. In other words, it's I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. Sakanaka, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. I'm making some progress. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and commit this before I forget. If I can spell status correctly, that'd be nice. Let me make sure I saved everything too, right? Resave just in case, and we're gonna remake it just in case. There it goes. Git add images level select sprite and images level select bitmap the level select ASM the macros and menu RAM. I don't remember what this is, or why it's there. I forgot to delete this file from the other day. The Perl file. That's a lot of reading. Basically, pick one leader and everything has to be unique and its color. Okay. Must be camp. Yeah, it's the Perl mascot, and that's what this actually does. It's the source code for this. There it goes. Fixed it. I'll remove what? Not the make file. Thank God for Git. If Python we can go to that, it would just delete itself probably. Okay. All right. I saved myself there. I got the make file back. We're good. We're good. All right. Git commit. This won't reference to itself. Where? All right. So this is actual. Draw a sprite on the level select and add a sprite 0 scroll. Draw a level select sprite with this. Draw a level select. Oops. Level select sprite. There we go. Oh, it's still not. It's not in the line. Whatever. I'll go a little over. All right. So draw a single. Or draw a. Jeez. 3 sprites of the same of one animation object on top of the level selection map. Scroll the map on a button press. Correctly scroll the sprites. Given the map scroll. Scroll and hide. That's spelled right. Guess it is. All right. Give me a bit of the pause that. Excuse me. necessary. This sprite's given the map scroll. Okay. And fix or use a sprite 0 to scroll the bottom portion of the screen to a fixed value, regardless of the map scroll value. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I need to find a better way to represent this stuff. I think these guys down here, or rather, I need a way to animate these. Right? I need information for the frames. I need information for. Yeah, where the tiles are in, or the sprites rather, are in memory. Console everyone quick so. I might just animate them all individually. You know? Because for the scrolls, I'm moving them all individually. And it might be just easier to do it all individually. Thank you, Sila Fanboy. I appreciate that. I've been working on it for a while. Because I don't know how it would store some of the stuff in memory nicely. The inexperience. No, I'm not getting much. I'm not letting it get much longer than this. Because once it gets longer than this, it gets what's a good word? It gets harder to control. Harder to control, and it just looks like crap. I think when it gets much longer. Third right inside the game loop. How you doing, Cyberpunk community? Welcome. Well, yeah, it is going to be a loop. I know that. But so for the animation stuff, right? That bright white spot right there, that bright white portion right here. The way that this one's going to animate is that's going to move up and down on the three levels there, right? But that is three separate sprites. I would like to just define 3 bytes, 3 values for each for all 3 animation frames, right? And that value would be the y coordinate of the first sprite in that set. The idea being that I would set the offset for the first one, and then I would calculate that offset. Actually, I'd use that offset for the next 2 as well. Yeah. But that would require me to define this right here is a set of 3 sprites, the meta sprite. This over here is a set of 2 sprites, right? The alternative is just be verbose, and each sprite gets their own animation data. Yeah, the big issue I have right now is using a generic function for all of this when when properties for each of these sprites is going to be different. Each of these meta sprites is going to be different. For instance, this one is 3 sprites across. That's all it is, and it's animating vertically. For this guy over here, the server over here, it is 2 sprites vertically. This guy and this guy. Am I on the right? Okay. And they're going to be like spinning around over here. And I'm going to have another one that's going left and right over here, right? So the numbers wouldn't really match up for using like a generic function with that. So I would need some way to define, like, you know, the metadata, if you will, for each of these sprites. And I don't think I want to do that. I might just do it individually. Yeah, well, let's start with that. Let's get it working individually anyway. Well, these guys are also going to have a different number of frames. Oh, they are going to be individual sprites because that's how the hardware actually handles it. So at the end of the day, even if there is like a meta sprite of 3 smaller sprites, the hardware doesn't know what a meta sprite is, right? So I have to translate the Metasprite data into being like, okay, this Metasprite is comprised of these 3 smaller base sprites, basically, right? You know. So what I was gonna do before is I was gonna have like each routine. Or each Metasprite would have had its own animation routine, right? Which is what I got rid of it. I deleted it. There was a bunch of code over here that did a JSR to a pointer, essentially. I don't have one anymore. Yeah, and I had a pointer table in RAM at first, but that wouldn't really work very well. Because what I'd like to be able to just index things really easily, you know? I suppose if I give an upper limit of the frame count, I could just pad everything to that frame count. Maybe. Jindango, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. It's going alright, can't complain too much. Okay, so this guy. Is that... Well, you know what? The metadata, it's in that case, is only going to be... So currently the metadata is the starting position. You know what? No, that's fine. That's fine. The frames all have relative to their starting position. That'll be okay. So frame 0, the first frame is going to be 0. So these are going to be for X. Yeah. I'll have another one for Y, I guess. These are all going to be 0 for like that. For those. And for Y, 0, then 8, then 16. God, I do not like this format at all. Because it's so much duplicated data. So much. I mean, I have room for it, but it hurts. You know? I don't like this at all. At all. Alright, so these are our relative coordinate values. Yeah, so where's our loop? This guy here. JSR ls sprite animate. Okay. So load sprites. We ain't gonna be doing that anymore. This guy here. We ain't doing that anymore. Yeah, because animate is going to actually do the loading of the sprites. Yeah. So it's going to be loading up some metadata. Oh, I need the frame it's on, don't I? Res 1.6. That's not a 6. Neither is that. There we go. Clear carry. Add carry. No. Ah, shoot. X and Y are being used already. There. Store it and load it so we can use X. Medium rare ice cream Jeff. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Alright, what are we loading for X? We're loading the frame count, I think, right? Yeah. No. ls sprite frames. Okay. Frames at Y. Because Because I can load X at Y. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I can. Yes, I can. Absolute at Y. That's what this guy is. Absolute at Y. Okay. Then I can load A. Data, level, sprites, frame, data at X. I do need to check to make sure that the frame data is valid. I'll check that after I load it, I guess. Store that. Oh, no. Add carry, right? Okay, so that's the X value. Yeah. And we add the frame. Yeah. If the patients work with assembly. Only some of the syntax is familiar. So this syntax is 6502. It's not x86 or ARM, which is a different syntax. All right. Oh, this is gonna be. Load X ls. No, load. What? Oh, jeez. I also want to get the Y values here, but they are in a different table, and they are indexed slightly differently. They're not differently. They're indexed the same, but I'm changing indexed data here. I'll store that. Decrement Y. Load X. ls. No, I can't just decrement. I can't. Actually, what happens if I just... Okay, so I don't... Let's comment that out for a second. So let's clear carry. Add carry. I need to load X there to get the right. Well, jeez, I'm just confusing myself more and more. I'm just confusing myself more and more. This is, I think this one's correct right here. Ah, man. This is the problem with only having like three registers. Because now I have to juggle them to get the data out that I want. And I don't want to be doing all kinds of math with it, you know? I suppose if I put all this in a temporary spot in like 0 page. Temp sprite X. Temp sprite sprite y, temp sprite frame, maybe. Doing this so I'm not using X. Yeah. So I'm not using X during the loop. Yeah. Okay. Store that into temp sprite tile. Store that into temp sprite flags. Okay, then at the end of all this, at the end of all this, we're loading up temp sprite x, storing that into when did I first start 6502? No. A little before September last year. So, year and like 2-ish, 3 months. Okay. ls sprite x at x. Same thing for y. sprite tile. Tiles at x. And flags. Okay. So at the beginning of each loop, we store x. And towards the end, we load it and put things where they're supposed to be. Okay. So. So, during the loop, I want x to be the offset of the ID of the sprite, so I can use it in these lookup tables right here. These guys, not this one, not this table. That one's indexed with y, right there. These guys are going to be indexed with x, or I mean, if I'm already putting them in that, well, we're fine. We're doing fine. All right, so we're loading up the x coordinate, clearing the carry, loading up the frame. Wait, I need to know something. Oh yeah, so yeah, never mind. I'm loading up the frames. Let's put the current frame. Okay, load up the current frame. Index into X. Yes. Then we're gonna add the frame data to X. And then store that into the Y, into X rather. And we're going to do the same thing with Okay, X already has the. That's already. Oh, let's swap it on like that. The same thing for this guy over here as well. Add carry data level sprites frame data Y at X. Store that to temp Y. Okay. And I don't really need to use the temp sprite tile and flags here, but I'm going to anyway. Yeah. Because then, after all this, I'm going to increment. Can I increment? I can increment at X. Yeah, right. Increment the data level sprite. Sprites. Sprite frames. Data. No. ls sprite frames at. That needs to be at X. Hang on. Y here, Y is the offset in the metadata here, not the index of the sprite. Not the ID of the sprite. So the first time around it'd be fine. The second time around it would be offset by 4. I suppose I can load it into A and then transfer over to X. Like that. Because A is being clobbered anyway. I don't care. That'll work. That'll work. So now I've got the yeah, that should work. Okay. Increment that, and we are going to load up that thing. Oops. Shazao, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Now compare. I can compare to literally anything. Okay, that is good news. We're gonna compare that to data level sprites frame count at X, and if it is greater than or equal to, that's the carry set, I think, right? Yes, if carry is set, if it's greater than or equal to that, if A is greater than or equal to that. So if it's clear, we're skipping over the rollover. Load up 0 in A, store that into ls sprite frame at X. Okay. That one's not right. That needs to be, I'll be doing this over here now. The, get the sprite ID again. Because up here, X is the frame index. Whereas here, we need it to be the sprite ID again. What was the name of that game where you were playing on some? Yeah, that was Factorio. That was Factorio. That was a while back. Yeah. I actually haven't played that game in a while. I haven't played that game in a little while. I've been playing more of Elite Dangerous recently, actually. Okay. Increment the frame and handle roll over. Copy values from temp into from temp. These games where you create things and wait. There's a few of those kind of games, yeah. Alright. So if this works, it's going to be animating at 60 hertz. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Now let's sprite frame under sprite frames, isn't it? There we go. No reference to unnamed label 374. Oh, because that needs to be. You know what? Let's do that. It was getting a little large anyway to be unnamed. There isn't a limit really for unnamed labels like that, but if it doesn't fit on one screen, I don't like having it as an unnamed label. Okay, that's not right. That's not right either. It still scrolls, which I guess is good. Program's basically creating things and waiting. Kinda. Yeah, more like breaking things and waiting, yeah. So clearly I'm not doing something right, and it's probably because I don't shift for... Jeez. I know what I'm doing wrong. It's a lot of work to fix it too, or do it correctly. Because there's a lot of stuff I forgot in here, right? So... Well, then, I mean, the first one isn't even working, honestly. Like, okay, what are... Okay, the frames are never changing. They're never changing. That ain't right. That's never happening. Or at least it's happening and it's getting reset immediately. So load that. Compare that to frame count 3. Carry is clear. So it jumped over it. Fine. X was 0. Okay. X is 1. X is 2. Okay, so it did update 3 of them. Cool. Wait a minute. I have nested loops, don't I? Or is it? Oops. Yeah, I have nested loops. So this guy here should not be looping through sprites. Instead, it should just be taking the sprite ID that's coming in A, that's in A, and using that as the ID, as like temp-x here. And I need to shift that over for Y. Alright. So this is going away. That's going away. Store A into temp-x. Transfer it to X. I don't think I need to put it in temp-x. Well, I do. Kind of. ASLA. Pretty sure by 4. Yeah, because we're indexing this table here. Like that. All right. These are wrong now. Oh boy, look at it go! The value's wrong. But it works. I need to put in a what's it? It's a very excited database. I need to put in a delay in that, but the idea works. Like I knew the delay was going to be wrong because I'm doing every frame, so it's animating at 60 hertz. But I have the values wrong for the x coordinate because they're not lining up, as you can see. So that one needs to be north 2. So not 8, but 6. And the next one, like 4. So that means to be 12, not 16. Yeah, I mean, I didn't put anything in there for timing yet, so that I expected that. There we go. Now it's all animating the correct values. You actually see it animate nicer on the stream than I do here. I just see it like kind of grayish, but you actually get it. You actually see it animated. Yeah. Now I don't know if I want it like, you know, going top to bottom like that, or if I want it to bounce back and forth. You know? So if I did that, if I made this a 4 and pasted that there like that, and did that there as well, it could work. That could work. Yeah. So, Yeah, next step will be adding timing to that, or adding the same thing down here. I don't know. Let's make sure it like still does stuff off screen too correctly. Oh yeah, so now it should entirely be gone. Okay, so it's still showing one of them. So I'm not completely off screen yet, I guess. Yeah, it's still showing one. Okay, that's not too bad though. If I scroll up a little bit more. Oh, the direction. There it goes. Went away. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Git add level select.asm menu ram and then git commit start implementing level select animations. Only one sprite is animated. Only one meta-ish sprite is animated. And it moves. It animates at 60 hertz instead of a more reasonable speed. Yeah. I did make everything right. Yeah. Go ahead and push that up. Alright. Alright. So I got some stuff done tonight. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I feel like I got a lot more done than last time, you know? A lot more done. Yeah. I'm getting a little hungry again, and I do need to get off here soon. But before I do that, yeah, so Saturday, I will not be streaming on Saturday. But we should still have movie night, if you guys are interested in that. I'm still not 100% what we're gonna be watching. It's gonna be Halloween themed or whatever. Details will be in Discord for that. So go ahead and join that if you aren't in there already. Now as for next week, I start my new job on Monday. So I am not sure if I'm going to be streaming on Tuesday and Thursday next week, just because of timing stuff. Probably not. It's gonna be the safe bet. Yes, I have a new job. But how you doing, Fluffy Shush? Come on. Yeah, this one's a little bit of a commute, so I'm not sure I'll be home in time for stream. Or, yeah, yeah, it's the time is gonna be a little tight. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do that. We'll see. We'll see. At the very least, I am gonna still be streaming on weekends. I might add Sunday if I can't do two during the week. We'll see how everything pans out. Details will be in Discord though, regardless. But yeah, let's see if we can find somebody to go say hi to. Let's see. Did not just wake up. You know what? I think I know who we're going to go say. Because we haven't rated him in a while. Yeah. Yeah, he's only been it for an hour. My new job is Oh, I didn't actually answer that question. It's a development job in Boston. So yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait for it to start, and I can't wait for the paycheck. So I can start paying my bills again, which would be nice. But yeah, so I'm not sure when I'll see you guys. But I'll see you guys next time, I suppose. Come with me to say hi to Grim. And, yeah, I don't know. Have a good night.